This video might be a little bit hard to do with one hand, but I'll do my best here. So it's a bit of a comparison between the Knipex, kind of the slip joint pliers, and just a regular set of slip joint pliers. And these are a little bit old, but and they are cheaper quality, but just a bit of a comparison. So the Knipex, as you can see, it's got that kind of off kilter. Just the way they close, they're kind of off kilter like that. Now that I find is a lot better than these for gripping bolts. These I find you grip and it kind of slips a little bit. These on the other hand, I find just the way they line up on it, I find you can get it in the corners and you can really get a good grab on those bolts. This is an older engine, and I'll just show you an example. Like if you want to get that off, I know you should be using a ratchet, but we don't always do that. You can grab it with these, and how often, like it's not even that tight and it's gripping. Now sure, I can squeeze tighter, but the point is that will slip fairly easy and round off a bolt when you're trying to get that off. The end of these is open like that. The nice thing about these Knipex pliers are it's got that groove in it right there. See if it focus, and it's got nice grip in there. So when you're grabbing the end of your bolt, if you can see here, it fits right in there. So when you're grabbing it and twisting, you've got plenty of grip and you're not going to slip as easy. So I definitely do think these pliers are worth it. You can see in there, now it doesn't grip the one side as well, but right in there, you get the two corners that it grabs onto, so you can loosen it and tighten it quite well. And then the jaws are quite sharp and they grip really well on this. So, and again, on this bolt here, it's tight, but it doesn't slide. It grips right on. You can see, if she focuses, it grips right on in there, and you can see it grabs the corners of the bolts. These do not do that, so it's a lot harder to grab a bolt like this and be able to twist it and not have it slip. And these are adjustable. You push this button on it, and sorry about the camera, but they do open wider like that, so they are, you know, comparable in size to one of those open. They will fit roughly the same size bolt on it. As you can see, these are fully open, and so are the Knipex now. And I'm quite impressed with these. They're good quality. The grips, sorry, let me get the focus there. The grips don't slip on it. Some of these kind of pliers, I'm sure most of you guys know, these grips will sometimes slip on and off. Now, I haven't had these terribly long yet, but I've had no issues with the grip slipping. And I know for a fact that this pair here, the grips were slipping fairly early on into it. So I am quite impressed with these. The build quality is quite well. The handle, it's got a nice distance between it, so you can get good leverage when you're grabbing down on it. Even when it's all the way open, it's not too far to be able to grab. Sometimes these, when they're all the way open, they're a lot harder to grab. Now granted, they can probably grab a little bit bigger item, but something that big, I'm probably not using this pair of pliers for anyways. I might be using channel locks or something like that. Still fairly large. I just find the handle a lot easier to grab. I find I'm not reaching as far to open at the same distance. And like I was showing you, it grabs the corners of bolts really well. It gets right in there when you do it, and it grips well. I know they're expensive, but if you're using them fairly regularly, I do recommend them over a set like this. You know, you might pay 15 bucks for 15 bucks for something like this, and I think these are around 50 bucks Canadian, but if you're using them fairly regularly, they're definitely worth the price.